Hello? That's ready? You can go out there. Yeah, all right. You want to follow me, mate? You can follow me, mate. I'll just do it here. Hello? Hello, everybody. I'd just like to do the welcome to country for this grand final. So, on the behalf of Warrnambool people, I'd like to welcome everybody for this AFL Grand Final 2022 between Curung and Sporty Spitfire. So, welcome everybody, and I just hope it'll be a good game today and best team win. Thank you.
Should we see anything on here? We've got nothing.
My name's Aisha, and I'm from Tanner Creek.
My name is Alfie. Work at Pickham 1.
Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to this 8CCC radio broadcast of the 2022 AFL Barclay Grand Final, the Suncable AFL Barclay Grand Final. It's Spitfires versus Curung. My name's Stan Coombe. Joining me in commentary, Randall Gould, and we also welcome along fine young man, Boyd Cook. How are you, Boydie?
Yeah, I'm good.
And you'd be pretty excited from earlier on today too, mate. I see you got a medal around your neck.
Yep.
What'd you do?
Won.
Who were you playing for? Who was it against?
I played for Eagles, Alberta Eagles, and we played against a new team called Jalajutpa.
The Warriors.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was a Division 2 grand final.
Division 2.
It kicked off the day's proceedings, and then in between that game and the one we're about to watch, we've had an absolute beauty. The women's grand final finished in a draw at full time, went to extra time.
Yeah.
And then eventually a premiership for Curung. They're out to see if they can make it a double, women and men. They're going to be up against it a little bit, looking at, it's almost like a David and Goliath clash, this one, when you look at their respective histories in the AFL Barclay. Curung won premiership to their name back in 2007. And the Spitfires have won 16. They're looking for 4 in a row for the third time in the club's history. Having said that, Ali Curung haven't been in the competition on a full-time basis either, they.
No, they haven't. I mean, they were one of the first teams in 91, but over the years, through different reasons, they haven't fielded teams. Geez, to come 175 Ks each way each week is a massive commitment by anyone, and to come and play footy. So some years they weren't in it, but every year they've been ultra competitive. They are so passionate about the footy. As you saw with the ladies before, the Lady Roos winning that premiership, the whole of Ali Curung's in Tender Creek at the moment, just behind their team.
Yeah, well, a little bit of a wait before this game gets underway. We're still waiting for a team sheet from Ali Curung, and that might be why there's a little bit of delay for the players out on the screen. Let's tell you about the road here. Ali Curung through the preliminary final defeated Canteen Creek by 23 points. Prior to that, they won the semi against Barclay Work Camp by 13 points. It was a bit easier for the Spitfires in the double chance semi, a 95-point win over Canteen Creek. Games between them early in the year, round 4, Spitfires, big winners, 62 points, but a bit closer in round 11, only 27 points of difference. So I guess that's what we're hoping for, fellas.
Yeah, much closer. It's probably similar to the women who had I think they lost their first 3 games, the Ali Curung Roos, and then came back to win 7 for the season. They've got equal chance here. You're in the grand final. That history goes out the window.
Nothing that I mentioned is really relevant. Boydie, you would have played against these teams during the year. How do you see it panning out?
Yeah. Played against Ali Curung 2 weeks back, 3 weeks back, and yeah, that was a good side.
So you reckon they're in form at the right time of the year?
Yeah, they got a lot of good runners, like Xavier Nelson, Yeah.
X-Man, number 3, is he?
Yeah, number 3.
There we go, and we get an Ali Curung team sheet. Thank you to Mr. Wayne Green. The umpires
So, as you said,
looking over in our direction.
Boydie, as you said, Xavier Nelson, great player, fast. He's hard at the footy. Also, with if we go through some of the players at Ali Curung, I think he's number 12.
Nicky Paulson.
Nicky Paulson. I think he won the league medal earlier.
Yep.
Oh, geez, here we go.
Here we go.
Well, the grand final about to get underway. And by Gary Henderson from Walker. Throws the footy up in the middle. It's a pretty even ruck contest. First little kick forward for Ali Curung was off the boot of Hezron Miller. Now the long kick will go inside the attacking 50 and out wide and over the boundary line. To Van Peterson to see it over the line there for Ali Curung. The free kick he picked up in the back pocket for Spitfires, so it must have went over the line out of bounds on the full. So the first foray forward was by the Ali Curung Roos. And now the Spitfires send the footy back out to the half-back flank. Gee, that was a thumping kick, a good one. Kostya Green took the mark. Wade Gillette's kick, was it? Or Gillette. Of course, we saw Troy playing for Pioneer last week in Alice Springs. I don't think he's playing in this game. Ali Curung back inside 50. Ball to the back of the contest there. And close attention by Andrew Peckham in defence to see the ball over the boundary line. He's only a young man. They've got a few youngsters in there.
Yeah, I reckon there's 5 fellas that are at high school at the moment for the Spitfires, and a couple of them in the defensive area.
Lockie Doonerman after the footy. He couldn't gather it. There's plenty of roos around this. The ball heading in the Spitfires' direction, though.
Charles Wiley.
Wiley's kick will clear centre wing. Bouncing ball up for grabs. Gabriel Rice working hard for Ali Curung. They managed to shovel it forward towards the half-forward flank. Tyler Horwood in there. Head down, bum up. That's typical for him. Now Charles Wiley again. The ball spills over to John Norman. And he'll go long up towards the wing for the Spitfires. Oh, almost a good mark taken by Darcy Sketcher, the artist. The ball towards the half-forward now for Spitfires.
Kicks it to the advantage of Damien Barkelly. He's got a free kick for holding. He's gone quickly into the centre of the ground to Michael House, who's got the Jack Ginnivan haircut at the moment. Or is it more like the Jason Ackermanis? He's got the different coloured beard to the hair.
I'll go the Acker.
Usually a good goal kicker. He last year in a semi-final in the wet kicked 5 or 6. Distance shouldn't be a problem.
Blustery conditions though. Kick on its way. First shot at goal for the 2022 Grand Final. It's through for one behind. So that's it on the scoreboard. Spitfires, 1 point. Ali Curung yet to score. They take the mark from the short kick into the back pocket. Xavier Nelson with the footy, and he's thumped it along out to the half-back flank. It was a good kick too. Lucas Martin took the mark. Did he play on the umpire? Is called too high. Martin's off to the races. He was going. He took off. The umpire called him back to go back behind the man on the mark.
There's not a lot of movement forward of the ball for Ali Curung at the moment. They set in their positions and then they've taken off. So that was Max Morton went hard with the lead. It was about 10 metres out, but Steve O'Lawton across to Tyler Garogo. Good shepherd by Lawton. Got rid of his opponent, gave Garogo a few metres, and Darcy Sketch has taken a good mark there in front. He saw Michael House up on the 45, just a little bit further than him. Stanley Waistcoat, who kicked 12 in the qualifying final. Looks like David Barkelly's lost the ball there, though. Second effort by Stanley. Lockie Duneman. Damo Barkelly, the kick that's come off Lockie's head. But, who's picked that up? Darcy Sketcher with the banana.
1 point on the board.
Behind.
Gee, he made some ground there too, because he got the kick forward from centre wing. You'd know him fairly well, Boydie. Is he fit?
Darcy Sketcher. Yeah, he's a fit bloke, yeah.
That would explain why you can cover that sort of territory.
Front half staff.
Kick in for Ali Curung is short and up the middle.
Melshane Riley, who's been fantastic along that centre-half back line this year. I have to say, Ali Curung's back six have been very, very good. They've got pace, they can jump, and they're willing to run and break lines.
Here they go running now. Beautiful kick. Good lead. Chest mark taken by Ethan Wilson.
Ethan has, I tell you what, I played against Ethan, and it would have been a while ago. He's been playing for a long, long time, Ethan. And I think Damien Brown's out there as well. He's usually number one. He's not on the team sheet. Maybe he's not out there. But these guys have been playing for a good 10 years, 12 years.
Looks like he's shaping up to go with the left and go on the barrel.
Jeez.
Not bad. Just couldn't get the direction with it. It'll be out of bounds on the full. And Spitfires will get the kick in. Is that Wade Gillette back there?
That's Wade Gillette.
Wade Gillette, close shave.
Across to Lockie Duneman. Tyler Garogo's running in support. There's three Spitfires along the half back line there, the wing side. Looks like Damien Barkelly might have hurt himself. He's a bit proppy. Kane Savala-Seaton, who played in the grand final last week, premiership for Pioneers.
Played well too. Duneman into the middle.
Jeez.
It's a one-on contest. It's spilled to the back. There's a chance for Ali Curung. Gee, that was ambitious to have the bounce there. Lucas Martin, he ran into a little bit of trouble. Still got the ball away to Xavier Nelson. Nelson goes over the top to the half-forward flank. So now Ali Curung can go deep into attack through Dalton Martin. Oh, low trajectory pass. And the diving chest mark's been pulled in by Ethan Wilson again. Second mark for him.
Geez, that experience coming out then. He knew that he's... who was it that kicked it? Delton?
Yep.
Delton Martin got that beautiful little spearing pass. Geez, he's having a bit of an impact already, Ethan.
He is. Set shot. Beautiful angle on our cameras. 45 degrees. He's hooked it left with the left. And put it through for one behind. One thing I noticed with that set shot at goal, Gordy, unlike most left footers, he ran straight at the goals. They normally do the little arc and hook it back.
They do.
He still had the hook on the kick. Through for a behind.
Jacob Edgington's fullback. Usually likes to have a bit of a run.
Edgy, baby.
Oh, geez. This is a rule that I haven't understood here in the BAFL this year.
Yeah.
If there's a player within the 9 metres, the umpires are paying a ball up.
A player from which side?
From your own team that's kicking
right.
it out. So, geez, I just hope that doesn't have an impact later in the game.
Is that unique to...
Yeah, pretty unique. I think usually in the AFL and other leagues I've seen, those umpires tell the players to get out of there.
Plus, you also got a ball there. You can pick another ball. You can pick up and play on any time you like these days.
That's correct. There's no other ball down there though.
Oh.
There's just the one.
Edgington will bring the ball back into play.
So he's actually trying to get them out of the 15 metres. So that's 24 metres away, which I think's incorrect.
Thumping kick from Edgington.
Wiley.
Well, good effort. 2 grab mark taken on the back flank. There was a couple of Ali Curung players around. little bit undecided about where to go, Charles Wiley. He now has to play on. He gained a little bit of yardage. Yeah. Down behind play,
What's he
wasn't
done?
His knee.
He's done his knee.
Oh,
Yeah.
well spotted, Boyd Cook.
We'll keep an eye on him. He's off. He's going to be off, I think.
There goes Michael House,
yes.
delivering into attack for
Costa
Spitfires
Green.
in the meantime. Kostya Green's got it. 52 out from goal. Puts it into the forward pocket. Stanley Waistcoat making some good ground. Got there on the first bounce. Snaps around the body with the right boot. It's gone across the face of goal. And that's a pretty good defensive mark taken by Keenan Ryder. The Knight Rider. Short one. Allows Delton Martin to run onto it.
So Charles Wiley, who was injured just then, his knee looked to hyperextend. He stayed out there. He's got a nickname from junior footy, Junkyard Dog.
Yeah, well,
So
if your knees come out and you can put it back in and play on.
Miles
that's a
Fitz has
fitting
got it
nickname.
just outside the 45. Short kick into Lane Jackson.
Lane Jackson.
So he's on about a 45-metre angle, 30 metres out. Probably leading goal kicker, I think, this year for the Spitfires.
Tough spot to kick from there,
It's not too bad, actually. The wind's died down.
hasn't it?
Yeah, the wind's died down. So he's kicked a few goals from this position. Be interesting to see how Ali Curung set up here because, you know, they rebound the ball so well. You know, for them to get attack from here, that's probably been their strongest point.
Still no goals on the board as Lane Jackson goes for the big sticks. That's a pretty good mark on the last line of
Hines.
defence. You heard Boydie Cook, Shaquille Hines, a shack attack for the Ali Karangaroos. He's a bit indecisive about which way to go there. Thought about the commentary side, and then a little switch across the face of goal over to the opposite side of the ground. Oh, the next kick was very dangerous. Spitfire's got a hand on that, did cost you green, but Ali Curung with some numbers around the footy out to get it out of defence. Took on the tackler there, Michane Riley. Long kick to centre, half forward, ball off hands to the front of the marking contest. Beautiful front and centre play by Ali Curung, all through the hands of Ethan Wilson this time. He grabbed the previous two passes, couldn't hold on to that. There's Wiley at the bottom of the pack.
Jeez, Lockie Lakes just pushed. Oh,
pushing the back.
Oh, jeez.
You did say he just pushed.
Yeah. It was pretty much in the front, but umpire Brian Coleman. Set the mark and
Sylvan Marshall or a Silvani? Is it a Sylvan?
I think it's Sylvan. Yep.
I do know Silvani is a bit of a Christian name out Ali Curung way as well.
Sylvan Marshall.
So Sylvan Marshall, you're in trouble, you holler for a Marshall. Kicks it on its way.
First goal.
First goal of the game goes to Ali
Ali
Curung. 6-point leaders. When you've played against them, Boydie, are they the team that can get a bit of a run on?
Yeah, they're the team that, you know, like us, Eagles, they was making us run, you know. Yeah, a lot of chasing. They're little runners, you know, running machines, you know.
Wouldn't be often the Eagles are forced to run either. That's probably normally their game too in
Definitely.
tenant footy.
Yeah.
Definitely. Really contrasting styles of these two teams. Spitfires would usually hold and control, and Ali Curung, it's the burst game. It's the running out of the half-back line. It's breaking the tackles and giving their forwards the opportunity. So that's Tyler Hall with a free kick. I think he said push.
Push.
Out to Kane Savalas on the wing, who sees Miles Fitz.
Want a man up on him out there. That's the second
He's got a
possession out
beautiful
there.
left foot kick. He's put it into the hot spot, but Shaquille Hines again just filling that spot. Great pickup.
Lucas Martin.
Lucas Martin, yes. Who's that out to, Boydie?
Jaden Price.
Jaden Price. And here we go. This is the sort of play I was talking about. So breaking
Xavier
lines
Nelson.
and exposing the Spitfires on the way back to goals. It's nice slingshot footy.
Liam Dixon with the mark, just outside 50.
I reckon he's actually got the distance from there, but he's gone. Oh, jeez.
Gee, hasn't he presented in the forward line, Ethan Wilson?
Ethan Wilson has been a lot of trouble for the Spitfires.
Third mark, did spill one as well.
And third shot on goal.
They do need to nail one. Well, he needs to nail one. Ali Curung have one. If he can do what he needs to do and they get the first two of the game, this is the start they wanted. So Ethan Wilson, he's had a couple of practices. Oh, he's got closer. It's hit the post. 1 point the result. So Ali Curung 1 goal 3-9. Spitfires 2 points. And look, I reckon fair to say Ali Curung come in as the underdogs. It's a great start for an underdog team in a grand final. They've steadied.
I mean, if you have a look at the stats for the year, Spitfires undefeated and have kicked close to 100 goals more than Ali Curung in the season.
Terrific mark by Lucas Martin.
But Ali Curung have got one of the best defensive units throughout the season as well.
There's a bit of a wobbly barrel inside 50. Ball spills to the back, goes over the boundary line for a boundary throw. You're talking about the pace and the way they play Ali Curung. I survey the field and I look at the body shape of their players, and apart from a couple of fellas carrying an extra couple of kilos, most of them are long, tall and lean. They look like speed machines.
Speed machines, jumping machines, and just really hard at the footy.
Tyler Horwood diving to the bottom of the pack there for Spitfires. The umpire Brian Coleman it is. We'll call for a ball up. We've got Brian Coleman, Gary Henderson, and Razor Ray Hocking.
Yeah, and these umpires have done most of the games throughout the season. Great tap by Steve. Oh, no, Con Power.
Cheerio for Marty too, his old man. Caught up with him earlier in the day. Oh, good tackling there by Edgington, I think it was.
Oh.
Took the Roos player to ground. Quick kick comes out of the pack for Ali Curung. Off the beat of Tevin Peterson. Over the boundary line. And Lockie Dudeman will bring the ball back into play.
To Andre Kelly, yes, that's right, Boyd.
Well,
who's looking for someone along the line. He's got Stanley.
And Con.
Savala Seaton tries to break through. Foot race for this one. Oh, Stanley Waistcoat, nice hands to Kane Savala Seaton. He'll go the short
Nick
pass.
Horwood.
Couldn't quite pick up the half volley. His recovery's not bad. Kick forward under a little bit of pressure. Beautiful gather by Lane Jackson.
And second effort too.
Pressure coming from the Ali Curung defenders now. Gabriel Rice in amongst it. Slipped the little handball out. And here's this run now out of the back line. A bounce and then a short pass into the middle of the ground.
To Lucas Martin.
He's been prominent early, and that's a nice kick too. Spearing towards centre forward, almost Nicky Poulsen mark. His recovery not bad. Good pressure applied. He still managed to slip the handball away. Quick kick under pressure for Ali Curung by Liam Dixon. Gets it inside 50. Ezekiel Corbett threw out a handball. The ball spills out towards the commentary side flank now. Gathered just inside the boundary line by Xavier Nelson. He can't keep it in. Boundary throw in just outside 50 for Ali Curung, who've done most of the attacking in this first term.
Yes, they have. They've caught the Spitfires on the hop. And body language is a massive thing, even so early in the game. You have a look at the setup here. Even if the Spitfires get a kick out here, they've got no one there.
Compower did the ruck work, won the tap. Little handball's been slipped out to Andrew Peckham. Peckham gets the kick towards the wing. There's a little bit of jumper holding there. It won't matter. He had the jump held and still managed to take the mark. Kicked it just forward of the wing. Xavier Nelson being prominent early. Nice long direct kick towards the top of the goal square. Edgy baby.
Jacob Edgington.
Takes me back to the table tennis table at Tennant Creek High School, that one. Short kick, and the chest mark's been taken by Tyler Garogo.
Garogo, yes. From Cairns.
Way to go, Garogo. Looks for Waistcoat, judged it beautifully, and then played on. Nice little shepherd from Savala Seed and gave him that extra time. The kick forward fell just short of the diving attempt for a slips catch mark. Elijah Baker around there putting a bit of pressure on, applied the tackle. The ball spills free in the Spitfires' favour. And now Kostya Green will get a kick around the body, but it's been marked on the defensive 50-metre line by the Roos. And Shaquille Hines clears it into the middle of the ground.
So it's in the middle of the ground. Max Morton went back inboard. And there's 3-4 Spitfires. Nicky Horwood's got it. Lifts his arms, get it out. Nice steady kick out to Darcy Sketcher. For a young fella, Nicky's got great composure. Sketcher's got to lose his pace there.
Wow.
Straight up to Michael House.
Good kick.
Who marks it inside the forward 45 on an angle of 45.
Managed to get his hands on the ball about 3 or 4 times now, Darcy Sketcher, and he's used it well each time. Boydie, I just noticed a few of the young fellas, Elijah Baker, Nick Horwood. Impressive mullets, but you haven't gone down that path yourself?
No.
I was thinking about having one.
How many years ago were you thinking about that?
I'm an undercut man.
He's an undercut man.
So Michael House, vice-captain.
Looks like it's going across the face again.
Goal misses, and Spitfires still can't get 3 points on the board. Ali Curung 1-3-9, 6 points of difference. Straight up the middle with the kick in for Ali Curung, and Marcus El-Kedra has taken the mark. Still inside the defensive 50. Little switch of players, dangerous. House read it well. Ball off hands. Kostya, no, it's not Kostya
Damien
Green.
Barkelli.
Damien Barkelli with that left foot, top of the goal square. That was Lane Jackson, couldn't take the footy. Ali Curung under a bit of pressure in defence. Oh, umpire's called it a throw. Free kick. Here's a goal scoring opportunity for the Spitfires.
Damien Barkelli, captain of the Spitfires. Great goal kicker. One of his other traits is really good contested mark. But as a captain, you'd really want to nail this one.
Particularly a goal behind.
Yep, with 2 minutes to go.
And the opposition really settled.
I reckon there's some hot fellas out there at the moment.
Pretty
Jeez.
warm conditions. Nice looking kick from Barkelli, straight through the middle, and the Spitfires get their first goal of the grand final. Scores are level, which is exactly what we said when the final siren went in the women's grand final. Scores were level.
What a game that was. And what a great,
Start for the competition.
Yeah.
You couldn't have, look, if you wanted to write a script for the competition starting and then flourishing and creating more interest, you couldn't have written it better.
Geez, there's some shots of the crowd here, and it's growing. I'm not sure how many.
Yep.
I reckon there's over 1,000 people here today.
Always great atmosphere at Purkiss Reserve too.
Minute and a half to go. Compowers in the ruck versus
lovely.
Hezron Miller.
Lovely
Straight
tap.
out of there from Darcy Sketcher, deep into the forward line. But as he's done a couple of times now, Shaquille Hines has taken a well-timed mark to steady the ship back there. Found his player. No 26 on my team sheet, but he's out on the half-back line, kicks it right up to the half-forward line to Lucas Martin, who went over the top of him, Nicky Horwood. Again, just with that measured kick to Sketcher, but he was out. No, he wasn't.
Tried to claim the mark. The umpire didn't pay it that time to Ali Curung. Dealt Martin out there. Managed to dispose of the footy. They're still under a bit of pressure. They'll have to come across ground. The kick will go inside the attacking 50. Pack develops underneath it. It's been punched away. And now Wiley gets it. And a long sweeping handball out to Lachlan Lake. From the half-back flank, he'll kick to the half-forward flank and find Waistcoat. Played on immediately. Missed the target with the handball, though. Damien Barkelli has to go back and get it. Handball also missed the target too, but beautiful one-handed half-volley pickup. Savala Seaton, who shoots the goal. He deserved to get a goal after that pickup, but it's a point on the board to the Spitfires.
There was a couple of probably loose disposals there from the Spitfires. It wasn't to hand. It wasn't to the advantage, really. It was lucky that Kane was able to pick that one up. It's a kick out from full-back. Oh. Jeez, it was measured. Keenan Ryder took a great contested mark. And there's the quarter-time siren.
Gee, what a tight first quarter that was.
Geez, yeah.
I don't know if we got any hints out of that quarter as to who's going to go on and win this grand final. The scoreboard suggests nothing in it. We've got 1 point the difference here on our screens. Might be a little bit different at the ground. They might still be stuck on the final score of the women's grand final. Scores are tied up there. But for now, we'll go Spitfires 1-4, leading Ali Curung 1-3.
And it has been changed on that.
It has. Yep. So we're right on the screens. A 1 point lead to Spitfires at quarter time. I don't know. I look at that quarter and actually think Ali Curung were probably just a little bit more impressive than Spitfires. Spitfires came late in the term.
Definitely. You know, they the clean possessions, the ability to run and find someone in space. I think definitely Ali Curung. You know, their forward entries, they probably had 5 marks within that forward 45. Just didn't sort of penetrate this, made that impact on the scoreboard as much as they would have liked.
Yeah, Ethan Wilson was the marking target and just missed his first couple, and then the third one hit the post. So if he'd capitalised on those, they seem to be more gettable goal-scoring opportunities than what the Spitfires were able to create at the other end of the ground. But, of course, Spitfires come into this as hot favourites, undefeated. This run of 4 premierships, mate, started by a good friend of ours who'll be tuning in from Catherine. Cheerio to Kimmy Bracken up there. Yeah. Boydie, I'm sure you'd like to say good day to the big colonel.
Yeah, Kim.
Good day, Kimmy.
Yeah, Kim. I'm not sure what the years were now. We're going backwards, aren't we? 18 and 19. And then Luke last year took over and won a premiership there. And Tiger Fitz this year being the coach.
And he'll be looking for his 3rd premiership as a coach in the AFL Barclay.
Yeah.
Tiger Fitz, he's done it with Eagles. Both his previous flags with Eagles?
Both flags with Eagles. He won He didn't win one with the Spitfires. He coached the Spitfires previously, but didn't win one with them.
He didn't win the Patrons Medal in 2003 either. He won it in 1997.
Yes.
In joke. I'll give you the goal kickers. There's only one for each team. Damien Barkelly got the one for Spitfires. Sylvan Marshall got the goal for Ali Curung. I think we'll just. I think we'll stay with it. I don't think we'll take a break during quarter time. I think we can stick with it. I think we've got enough to talk about. We can also recap that magnificent grand final that was played just prior to this. If you haven't heard, it was a draw initially at full time between Ali Curung and Whitey Yu. And then after 5 minutes extra way, there wasn't much more separating them 10 minutes later either. But it ended up being a 4-point win to Ali Curung. Elia Brown, named best on ground. Terrific effort from her. And look, Deborah Dickinson will give a mention to as well. Anyone who can kick 5 goals in a grand final. And from her team's point of view, it was 5 out of 7.
Geez, that's not a bad effort. With 4 of them in one quarter, wasn't it?
Yeah. In
that third quarter.
And Boydie, the Eagles won the Division 2 grand final earlier in the day. Can you update us on who got the best player award there?
Best player? I don't even know.
No.
Yeah.
I actually didn't see that either.
You had a great opportunity there, Boydie, to say Boyd Cook, and none of us would have known. But you've only got the one medal hanging around your neck, not the two. Look, that would have been a good consolation for you and the Eagles today, and for you particularly to play alongside your brother.
Yeah, playing alongside my brother. Yeah,
it's not
good, you know.
It's not too often brothers get to, play in a grand final together of any form. So good to see, and look, from my point of view too, good to see a few young men that I know here, and good to see that most of them still going to school too. Joey, what's he going under? JJ Johnson or Joey Toby?
Joey Johnson.
Joey Johnson. It was great to see him out there having a go too. And I think Sullum Sullick, did it?
Sullum was out there.
Latrell Dixon, younger brother of Tiger.
Sylvester Williams.
So there's a bit of high school football talent getting around, Boydie.
Yeah.
How did you go this year with the Clontarf representation?
Yeah, we went great. Yeah, and Catherine was undefeated.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
And I know you cleaned up in Alice Springs too.
Yeah.
All right, umpire.
It's good
Brian
to see.
Coleman.
Plenty of good young talent in Tennant Creek, Goldie.
There is not just talent, a lot of young good blokes.
Yeah.
So it's coming out to the wing to Costa Green.
Oh, Candy.
Geez, and he puts it up. Who's there? Lane Jackson looking for the fly.
Oh!
Stanley waistcoat over the back.
Well.
Kick 12 in the qualifying final. A record for a final. There's been 10 kicked in the grand final before.
Best dressed player off the field too, which you'd probably expect from someone named Waistcoat. He always looks good.
I'll tell you what, last week at the school formal, there's a lot of good-looking roosters.
Stanley Waistcoat goes for goal. Wait on the goal umpire here. Nope, just one behind. That's the first score of the second term though, and Spitfires double their lead from 1 point to 2 points.
Let's have a look at the setup.
Jaden Price.
Is he going to kick it out?
Yeah.
So they sometimes run it out too, don't they? It looks like the full forward has come right out.
There's a lot of space there. Didn't use it at all. Probably could have ran out to that sort of space.
And then goes to a contest though. Lockie Durneman in front of, who's that? That is Marcus Kedra.
Just hacked it off the ground to get it forward. Ali Curung. Gee, some pace there, Lachlan Durneman. Oh, no, he's dumped in a ferocious tackle applied by Liam Dixon. Everyone just got on with the footy, though. It spills out to Tyler Horwood. Gave away a little bit of ground with the handball to Wiley. Wiley kicks around the corner to the half-back flank. It was a good kick. And Tyler Garogo, let's go, Garogo. He's taking the mark at half-back. And now gets it to Damien Barkelly.
Seeing Costa Green.
So he got it about on the half-forward, Boydie. Who's he going to? He's played on.
He's probably looking for Lane Jackson in the forward. Yep.
And you're right there, mate.
Is he listening?
Lane Jackson got the mark.
I think he's got the pod in the ears, that fella. You heard exactly what Boydie Cook said.
Or this game's a replay and you saw it yesterday. Well done, mate.
Now, this is a bloke that you reckon's been kicking a few goals.
Yeah, he's been a consistent goal kicker for a long time. He who did he play for first? Can you remember?
Elliot Hawks, I think.
Yeah, he played for Elliot Hawks for a long time.
Surname, of course.
Yeah.
Great fat cat, Gordon Jackson, Jonathan Jackson.
Yep.
Setting for the goal.
And it's straight through the middle.
Through.
Well, at Purkiss Reserve, there's always been action when there's a Jackson.
Definitely.
Yeah, we've got a goal on the board for the Spitfires. They now lead by 8 points. It just seems like since they've come back from that quarter-time break, Spitfires are into the mode. Ali Curung haven't been able to reproduce what they were doing in that first term as of yet.
No, not yet. But, yeah, just looking up these setups. Nicky Poulsen's gone into the middle and not as a ruck. So it'll be interesting. He'll get the ball, you know. Who's that? That's Dalton Martin again. Oh, geez, that looks like Tyler Horwood's knee now. But Ali Curung have pushed it forward. Bit of a chaos ball in, but Charles Wiley taps it over to Andrew Peckham, who goes wider to Wade Gillette, but he drops the handball. But Kane Savalas on the wing, or into the wing to Tyler Garogo, who's in front of Dalton Martin again. Tyler Garogo measures the kick to Michael House.
Horwood's recovered.
Yeah, geez, that looked like he'd been shot. Straight across to Stephen Lawton.
Big Steve-O.
A lot of experience, Steve-O.
Same with Horwood too.
Yep. Nice pass to Damien Barkelly, who looks like he's got a bit of a limp there.
Well, we've seen him grimace, I think, out here on the wing in the first quarter. Probably only the first or second time he got near the footy, there was a painful grimace on his face. So he might be pushing through a bit of pain here. He did kick the first goal for Spitfires. Just runs around a bit and got that little bit of yardage. And that's a lovely kick too. He's got his second goal on the board.
Geez, the stand rule really allows that to happen these days, doesn't it? Yeah. It's certainly a
interesting one last night. I know you don't want to talk about the game, and sorry to bring it up, but I thought there was one where Geelong got net. They've changed things now. You don't seem to have to go straight back behind the man on mark. You can actually step off your line
and then to go back over it.
Yeah,
but then you change angle.
I'm not 100% sure of that. I reckon once he moved, he stepped off the line, and that's play on, because it was after the siren. That was the issue. Anyway, there's always plenty of conjecture about rules in the AFL. Nicky Poulsen with the centre clearance kick for Ali Curung. They need to respond, and they try to do so by getting it up deep into their forward line. John Norman back there defending desperately for the Spitfires. There's another young man. Eventually receives the handball, feeds the handball forward over to Lockie Duderman, the son of Jason. Just put a little step on his opponent and then fed the handball back, and now he'll receive it back again and go with that favoured left boot. It's a raking kick. Clears the marking contest at the wing. House tried to get back to it first, but he was beaten to it by Jaden Price. The Price was right then. And the umpire's called
holding.
Whistle went. The free kick will go Ali Curung's way.
You said it's son of Jason. I just had a question. How many sons of former players are playing? Just got a message.
Gee,
so there's a few there. Sons, maybe even grandsons.
Most footballers' dads played, didn't they? But it's good when you know who it was. Here's Ali Curung deep into attack, into the forward pocket. Spectacular diving effort to mark by Sylvan Marshall. He couldn't hold on to it. The ball over the boundary line.
So there's a few out there for the Spitfires, and apologies, I don't know.
Grant Butler doing the boundary umpiring here.
Jeez.
That's a huge effort. Field umpire for the women's grand final, and you wouldn't expect him to have to be doing the boundary umpiring. Good on him. What a servant for Central Australia and Barkly football he's been over the years. A lot of whistle blowing going over there. Tyler Horwood's going to get it.
It was a high tackle, and then Tyler was off his line, I believe, when he kicked it in board. So go back behind the mark. Jeez, it kicks it into space. Steve-O, but Lockie Duneman switches it completely. Two Spitfire players. Not much talk there, I think. Wade Gillette has run forward, but so has Lockie Lake. Premiership player with Pioneers last week. Lake goes back quickly. He knows that the key to this is moving the ball quickly. Sometimes that can come back to bite you. Trying to play like trying to do that one to get around the place. Sets it up for Stanley Waistcoat, but
Good spoil.
great spoil by Xavier Nelson.
Oh, here we go.
Darcy Sketcher from 40 metres. That's the experience of Sketcher there.
Nice kick by Sketcher. A bit of draw on that ball.
Jeez, mate.
We could have just left that one. So suddenly the Spitfires have banged on a few to start this second term, and they've opened up a 20-point margin on the scoreboard, 4-5-29
I
to
think Stanley's running
1-3-9.
out. Swapping with Dylan.
I like what Stanley did then too. A lot of forwards, particularly ones that might have kicked a bag of goals recently, want to just turn around and gone for the big sticks there, but dish the handball out to Sketcher. Good team play.
Team first with Stanley, definitely. Just got a quick message from former coach Luke Warburton. So everyone's sounding great, but love to hear more expert commentary from Boydie Cook.
Go, Boydie, you jump in any time you want to. There's a chance for Ali Curung. Beautiful short
great
pass. Gavin Beasley kicked it.
Caught out the Spitfires then. Saw Jacob Edgington demonstrating with, putting his arms up, but that was just too good. They broke out too quickly and, exposed that lack of defence there.
Leroy Barnes with a shot at goal.
Setting up for the goal. Jeez. Is he going to kick it? Yes.
Barnesy.
Through the gap.
Ali Curung needed it. Spitfires were just starting to edge away.
Jeez, and he walloped that ball. If that tree wasn't there, it would have been down Blaine Street.
Well, tell you what, he kicked it with something that looks like a tree. That left leg's a fairly sizable one, mate.
He's a big lad. Jeez, Jacob Edgington's a big lad down there, but Leroy's just that bit bigger.
Got the heights.
So now who's rucking now? Nicky Paulson's back in the ruck.
Important
Patriot
goal.
medalist.
Important goal for Ali Curung.
Against experienced.
You have a go, Boydie?
Steve-O.
You want to have a go? No. You join in any time you like, Dave. Soccer off the ground by Tyler Horwood.
Xavier Nelson's been important, hasn't he? Is that him out there?
Nah.
No, it's not. There's Xavier Nelson there.
There he is.
On cue.
Pass it over to
And Xavier's taking two bounces along the wing. He's looking for a play. He's drawing a player. Oh, right into the back of Sketcher.
He drew
Gets
Sketcher
it back again.
And, geez, now he's limping.
Nice kick.
And Nicky Paulson.
Leroy Barnes.
Nice one-out mark there. But again, it was that overlap of players. But Nicky Paulson from the centre moved up to the half-forward line, was on his own.
He might have hurt himself, the big fella.
I think Barnes got poked in the eye.
Oh, did he?
Edo, yeah.
Geez, great vision there, Boyd. Oh, you saw it on the TV.
How great, left or right? Eye. Which finger? Well, a big fella.
He's setting up for the goal.
A couple of umpires getting involved.
Goal square, yeah. Razor Ray's there to say you can come directly in front.
Because it's
Setting up for the goal. Straight through the gap.
Again, and this time it has
Yeah.
gone down to Blaine Street.
Two quick goals. Ali Curung, both kicked by the big man at full forward, Leroy Barnes. Their forward setup, you've got Ethan, there was a fella in the first
Ethan
quarter.
Wilson.
You've got him on the lead. And then if that doesn't work, you can pop it up in the square to the big fella by the looks of it. It's not a bad setup.
Who's got a great set of hands and has got the advantage of about 8 or 9 inches there on Jacob Edgington. So if it's putting up on his head, Barnesy, as you call him, Boydie, he's going to take that grab. He's got a vice-like grip.
Great response here from Ali Curung. Spitfires have jumped out to a 20-point lead, and it's back to 8.
It's a great grand final already.
So ruck contest, Nicky Paulson.
Back in the ruck.
Ali Curung forward again. Mad Max Morton. On the attacking 15, little toe poke by Lucas Martin. Oh, gee, under the pump a bit here, the Spitfires back line.
It's a 4-on-1 here.
But the one is
Nicky
forward.
And delivers it over the top of Andre Kelly, but Kane Savalas in front. And the Ali Curung play. Oh, geez, that could be a downfield, but it hasn't been paid.
Oh, waistcoat flew high from the side, almost pulled that in. Ali Curung desperately defending now. The whistle went. The umpire's going to call a free kick. Which way is this going? Fingers, arms in all directions. Ali Curung's free kick. Gee, waistcoat up very high in the marking contest.
Yeah.
Short kick.
Short kick to Paulston.
Look at the run here, just making space. That's Keenan Ryder. Saw the opportunity to make the Spitfires chase. He's played on.
Get your man on the mark. He's done well to corral him here. Waistcoat, one-hander.
Reels it in.
Quickly into the centre of the ground. Difficult one low to the ground there for Kostya Green. Mark's been paid. The umpire said it didn't hit the green grass. It hit Green's hand, and he plays on and goes long and deep inside 50. Lane Jackson at the back. Couldn't take the mark.
Great defence by Antonio Miller just to get that hand on it.
Ryder's back there at the back line.
Kick into the centre. All punched away. Spills Garogo's way. Fed the handball off to Bar Kelly. Bar Kelly short pass is very nice.
Dylan
Curung.
Who
must have just come onto the ground, I think.
Yeah, a few minutes into that quarter he did.
Is he the son of?
Son of David Curung and the brother of Daniel Curung, who's also won a premiership with the Spitfires. David Curung started his career with the Eagles, 91-92, then come across to the Spitfires, 93-94, and won a couple of premierships.
A lot of footy in the CAFL for Pioneer as well.
Dylan Curung setting up for the shot. Kicks it. That's a behind, eh?
It is a behind. It looked pretty, not pretty off the boot then.
Probably looking for the win, eh?
Has kicked 4 or 5 in a game this year.
Dangerous that kick in. Too much on that. It's gone out of bounds on the full. And we're looking for Gabriel Rice, but his arms aren't that long. Andre Kelly, was it down there?
Yep.
Tried to take the quick kick in backwards to Sketcher. The umpire's going to make him kick over the man on the mark. He could almost turn around and give it back to Sketcher again. This time, though, he goes further forward. He's looking for Dylan Curung. Good effort to try and take the one-handed mark, Tevin Peterson. And eventually we'll see the ball over the boundary line about 30 metres now, 15, 20 metres around from the Spitfires goal. They did all the attacking, got the first few goals on the board in this second term, but Ali Curung have come back.
They definitely have. The wind's picked up a little bit again, so it's being played on this western side. So I think that out on the full before was a direct result of that win. So they'll need to take that into consideration now. Kicking out from full back, having shots at goals.
Just haven't had that same clean run-off half-back that they had at times in the first quarter. Ali Curung, they're going to get a free kick here. Elton Martin has been very good. High kick out to the wing. Player in space.
Marcus Elkedra.
Good, Jonas.
And that's across to Jonas Beasley, who ran really hard to get that, but it's a low kick. Made it hard for his teammate.
Well read, Lockie Duneman. Good tackle as well. Andre Kelly. Nice. Hands to Tyler Horwood. Here's some space for the Spitfires. Damian Bar Kelly. Did slow it down. Thought there might have been a chance to wheel and go on that left. And he's going to give away a bit of ground here and go backwards. Tyler Horwood's now got it. Just taking a little sting out of the game. I'm not real sure about it.
Geez, you'd want to get results now. Because
Horwood's
they did have
kick
3
by
fellas.
Kelly. He had to stand his ground, the young man, and he did it well.
Jeez.
Good strong grab, that one.
Who was that? Marcus Elkedra was coming in hard and did a really good job at trying to spoil.
Sketcher
sees lane.
He's screaming for it in the goal square, and good effort to get there.
Yeah, Melshane Riley again in that defensive area. If the ball's put up too high, they get the opportunity to kill the ball. Great work from Alec.
Andre Kelly's showed a bit of composure a couple of times. He must be getting up a little bit earlier than he used to in the mornings.
Definitely. He's had a great game in the semi-final or the qualifying final to keep his spot.
Dylan Curung puts his big frame over the footy. The umpire will come in and call for a ball up. It's about 40 metres out from the Spitfire goal, and they are leading by 10 points, 4-7 to 3-3. We've got about 3 minutes left in this second term. It's been a very even first half. Quick kick forward, Nick Horwood. Got it inside the attacking 50 for Spitfires. Ali Curung's defence working overtime. Garogo there for Spitfires. He can't take it. Eventually the ball spills free to Xavier Nelson. What a fine game he's had, and so too this man, Lucas Martin.
Taking a run.
He's got it.
Taking a run. With Stanley and Nick putting pressure.
Yeah, and there was a free
Yeah.
kick. Did you see what that free kick was for?
Nah, I didn't see that.
Might have ran too far.
Costa, eh? I think.
Might have ran too far.
And that's probably because of the chasing pressure.
Yeah, the temperature, 33.7. So
It's pleasant.
pleasant. We have to say that the heat policy was enacted today. Both teams had to agree to that, so it's longer breaks, and there was so there's 23 players on each team.
Lockie Duneman's really worked his way into the game in this second term. Short pass from him to Charles Wiley it was. Wiley to Nick Horwood, and now the big switch on across to Wade Gillette.
Gillette
He'll go short to Sketcher.
Sketcher is looking for Lane Jackson, I think. And Ali Curung is.
Well, they can't get it away cleanly though.
Shaquille Hines.
He's been good back
Ball.
there.
Answer to
Is that Nelson again?
Xavier Nelson with Sketcher chasing him.
Oh, he ran a long way there.
Oh, Power
big
gets
power.
that big paw in there.
It's like a baseball mitt.
Geez, there's a lot of pressure.
Here he is going to ground there was Hezron Miller.
Max Morton just paddles it back to Gabriel Rice.
Oh, good tackle. Really good tackle. Maybe just pull up there though. Wade Gillette. That's one way to stop the run.
I think the crowd's going wild now.
Gillette. Straight up the middle. Oh, spectacular jump and mark from behind. Keenan Ryder for Ali Curung.
Their defence, it just hasn't been one player doing that. It's been their whole back six.
Here's another Shaquille Hines. He's been very good.
Kicks it over to Dalton Martin, I think.
They've got someone inboard on the 45. Great kick to him. Really well measured.
That's when Miller got the ball.
He's looking for some movement up forward.
Yeah. Dalton Martin again. Kicks it over to Miller.
Amazias Miller, and who looks pretty confident. He's turned his back and pointed to the goals. So how far do you reckon he'll kick from there, Boyd?
Probably a short distance.
Is that a 50-metre line?
No, it's 45, I believe.
Yeah.
So I reckon he's kicked from about 46.
Yeah. And he went for the torp too. Got a bit of distance, but just not the accuracy. Jeez, that's crept us on.
Looking at great sportsmanship there. Barnsley going down and Eddington, pulling him up, pulling him back up.
And did you see that just then too?
Yeah.
Just the shake of the hand. Geez, that's what you love. And there's high fives going on between the Ali Curung player there, the big fella. Barnesy, is it?
Yeah.
And some of the Spitfire players. So that's really nice to see.
It is good to see, and let's hope we see it at the end of the game as well. Half-time Spitfires, 4 goals, 7-31 lead. Ali Curung, 3-3-21. That's a 10-point lead to Spitfires. I don't think they'd be feeling all that comfortable, Gouldy. That's certainly, Ali Curung certainly put them under a fair bit of pressure. There were some times when you got the impression that Ali Curung could get a little bit of a run on, string a few goals together. Credit to the Spitfires, probably back half in midfield, for holding that up as often as they did. But, you wouldn't be going half-time feeling super confident if you were Tiger Fitz.
Not at all, and it's probably the other way. It might be is that they've been used to having comfortable games. They've been pressured a few times this year. I think a 7-point game was their closest one, but this is a grand final, and
It does funny things.
It does definitely funny things too. You can play on your it can play on your nerves a little bit, or it can give you that supreme confidence as well. And
Did we just get a special comment from Elvis? I just heard a thank you very much. Oh, was that you, boy? A banana and an apple.
good work, Gordon.
Well, that's the score at half-time, 4-7 to 3-3. Quickly, the goal kickers, firstly for Spitfires, Damien Barr-Kelly with 2, 1 each to Lane Jackson and Darcy Sketcher. And for Ali Curung, Barnesy. Leroy Barnes kicked 2 in that second term. He kicked their only 2 goals in that term. And Sylvan Marshall has got the other one on the board. Earlier on, we saw a magnificent women's competition grand final, the first ever women's competition in AFL Barclay this year. And gee, the grand final was an absolute beauty. It was a draw. And then we went to extra time, and eventually Ali Curung claimed the historic first up premiership with a 4-point win over brave YDU, who can be very, very proud of their efforts. And prior to that one in the Division 2 grand final, Boyd Cook's team, the Eagles, got up and took out the Div 2 flag. So it's half time here at Purkiss Reserve in Tennant Creek. We might take a short break while the players have a break as well. And don't go anywhere though. Stay with us on 8CCC because we've still got the second half of the 2022 AFL Barclay Grand Final coming your way.
Yeah, for you, but for me, some big party, you know. I was supposed to do it,
One. Two ball there.
One over here with the red cap on, the eldest one. I don't know where the other one. Oh, inside.
That's the second oldest. He was just standing there at the fence. Standing a bit.
Won't they let you in?
And welcome back on 8CCC. The second half almost ready to get underway. Gee, they don't have very long half-time breaks here in Tennant Creek, fellas. Buddy just had a chance to do a quick salute to the General, Marley Limerick. And we're back into it. Ball up back in the middle. And first centre clearance goes to Garogo. And House takes a mark inside 50 off the Garogo kick. And gee, lightning start. They've caught us all on the hop, and they've caught Ali Curung Ruse on the hop as well.
Bordy, you were saying at the halftime huddles, how did it look?
It was real fired up for Ali Curung. And yeah,
House comes in for goal. Yep, put the house on that. Straight through the middle. So the Spitfires off to a lightning start. There was one thing we noticed with the huddles though, Boydie. Ali Curung, a bit of sun.
Yeah. Yeah, a bit of sun, no shade.
They sat right out on the wing, whereas Spitfires did go and seek a little bit of shade. Out towards the pocket. Well, it's a good start for the Spitfires in this term. They'll put under a fair bit of pressure in the second half of that second term. Michael House gets his first goal.
The ruck contests have been really even. Steve-O Lawton against Liam Dixon. And there's been no clear winner, I think, today.
So it's up to the other midfielders in there to manufacture the centre clearances. Ali Curung punched the ball away there, Nicky Poulsen, but it's gone to the advantage of Garogo. So second kick for him at the opening of this third term. Deep into the pocket, dashing out of defence, Shaquille Hines. That's a shack attack.
He's been close to their best.
Very good, long clearing kick out to the wing.
Poulsen
Here they go. They're
Liam
open
Dixon.
through the middle.
I think Liam Dixon is looking for Ethan.
Through the hands.
Ethan got the ball. Is he going to kick it? Yes.
Good
Good call too, Bordy.
Well done, Boydie Cook. Well done, Ethan Wilson. Well done, Ali Curung Ruse. That's a great response.
Shaquille Hines there absolutely attacked that football. Exciting stuff when that happens. It caught the Spitfires out. They broke a line. Their ruckman was able to float down to the centre half forward line, speared it in to a leading player, but Ethan Wilson was in a fantastic spot. Pick up the spoils, put it onto his left, and keep Ali Curung within 9 points.
He's probably deserved a goal. He took a few marks inside or around the 50 and couldn't convert them. That was a great snap. He's been dangerous. Here's Kane Zavala out of the middle. Did get boot the ball, tumbling one inside 50. Bar Kelly was in the marking contest but couldn't hold on to it. Ball spills out of the pack in favour of Nicky Poulsen for the Roos, but his attempted kick to clear has gone straight to Stevie Lawton in the middle of the ground. He plays on quickly with a kick to House, who's juggled it but taken the mark right on the 45 metre line.
Has seen a quick inside right into the middle of the ground, 30 metres out. Damien Bar-Kelly.
Still looking proppy.
Yeah, worked hard to get to that point. House looked around quickly and speared it in.
Great start to the third term for House. It's like a house on fire at the moment, especially with that hairdo. Someone's lit it up.
Jeez. Damien Bar-Kelly.
He's kicked two.
Jeez.
One in each of the first two terms. 1.25 will do it.
Is he going to get it?
Looks like he
Yes.
used to be an 8 iron there. He's chipped it right up, but kicked it truly.
That'll do. Don't recommend using one of them at the Tennant Creek Golf Course, Goldie. 8 iron.
We'll get your stepbrother on the goalies, eh? Kalen.
Oh, Kalen Walker down there.
Kalen Walker.
Centre half forward for the
Warriors.
The Warriors. Kicked 6 goals a couple of weeks ago, right? Yeah. And down the other end, I reckon that might be Joseph Shannon.
Yeah.
Joseph Shannon, the former Ali Curung player, Barkley Work Camp. I think he's played for Eagles as well.
Why do you?
Why do you as well?
Blistering start to this quarter. 3 goals kicked, 2 to Spitfires, 1 to Ali Curung. Can Ali Curung follow the script and get the next one? Nice centre clearance kick, Liam Dixon. High towards the attacking 50, almost the mark to Lucas Martin. Big con power, picks up the footy. Went one way, then came back the other and hit Lockie Duneman on the chest. Duneman with that lovely left foot. Passes further afield to Savalas Seaton. He's been prominent all day. Kicks inside 50. Bar Kelly was there. Went to the back of the pack. Here's a chance to snap around the corner. Number 7, Miles Fitz. Puts it through.
That's on his right foot. I reckon Miles might be a left footer.
I'm trying to think back. I'd go. I thought he was right, but I know how good he's left.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Check it at 3/4 time. Fine young player. Of course, his older brother, Liam, won a Shaney medal, best on ground in an NTFL grand final for Nightcliff.
Yep.
Exciting footballer. This young man, very, very talented, very, very skillful.
And their sister now, Jazzy Fitz, is playing for the Spitfire women. So, as a young 14-year-old.
We're going to give Tiger a bit of a pat on the back.
Yep. Wilson tackled by Tyler.
Oh, umpire's giving the advantage.
And
that's Antonio Miller, but chased down.
Oh, look at the dust come up there at centre forward.
Almost 50 there.
There's a little spot the sprinklers don't get to at Purkiss Reserve.
There's quite a lot of spots.
You can only
that
see
was a
the
good rundown tackle by Lockie Duneman there.
You can only see the number on the back of his jumper through the dust. Out to the wing on that far side.
Good Paulson.
Oh, gee, there's some fierce body contact clashes going on out here at the moment. And some strong tackling as well. This one by Costier Green. The ball spills free. It's the Spitfires will go forward. Lockie Lake, the long kick. Stanley Waistcoat up high. Takes a supreme mark. And he can go back and line up for goal from about 25, 30 metres out. Reminiscent of a nice one he took in the second term as well.
Didn't convert that one before, so he really needs to convert this one.
Kicked a big bag a few weeks back, but hasn't troubled the goal scoring as of yet. And he has now. Stanley Waistcoat's first goal, and a little bit of breathing space here for the Spitfires now. We've got that margin out beyond 4 goals suddenly, 8-7 to 4-4.
Ali Curung have changed their centre setup. So before it was Liam Dixon doing the rough work, number 10, and then it went to Nicky Poulsen. Now they've changed it again.
Max Morton,
but
Max. Well, it's crunch time now for Ali Curung. Every time they've been challenged, they've responded. Has to come
that
now.
was a good tap by Morton.
Great work. And out of the centre will go Nicky Poulsen. Kicks it out wide. Oh. Yeah, ordinary bounce for Beasley. It's boundary line, ball up. Probably on their attacking 50 or 45 line. Umpire Grant Butler. Oh, that's a huge effort by Grant Butler. Oh, Conpower, two-handed tap down to Tyler Horwood. Oh, he's stripped of the footy. Ali Curung in towards goal. That's an incredible snap around the corner and over the shoulder. Just offline and through for one behind.
Just counting those players there when it was a stoppage on the arc. Ali Curung had a +1 inside their forward, right near the mouth of their goal. So
here's Lockie Duneman down the commentary side of the
Good
ground.
Baker.
Lovely pass. Baker on the chest.
Survived a fitness test this morning on his hamstring. Did it about 4 weeks ago.
Yeah. Talented young man. Impressive mullet. Footy on the halfback flank. Taken by Xavier Nelson. He passes into the centre. And Ali Curung retaining possession here. Nice kick by Max Morton out to the half-forward flank. Oh, a big jump there by Amazias Miller. Couldn't hold on to the mark. Tyler Horwood through some heavy traffic. Couldn't take the footy with him, though. It's been picked up for Ali Curung by Keenan Ryder. He kicks out wide. A nice mark taken just inside the boundary line. A little bit of a shove. Crowd screaming for 50, but the umpire's not giving it. Ali Curung, a shot at goal from a very, very tight angle. In fact, they'll go for the short pass inboard and lessen the angle. Keenan Ryder's got it. Hasn't changed the distance much. Keenan Ryder.
Ryder setting up for the goal.
Oh, Big
For Big
Barnesy.
Barnes.
Oh!
Oh, that was a good grab by Big Barnes.
Certainly was. That's the third time he's done it. Kicked 2 goals. Got them both in the second term. And Ali Curung need this.
Barnes setting up for the goal. Is he going to kick it? And yes, he does.
So Leroy Barnes gets his third. And Ali Curung get the one that they really desperately needed. We said they had to get one now, and they did it. And they get that margin back to 20 points. There it is. As the scoreboard ticks over.
And you heard the crowd get into it then too. And that really gives them that real vibe, that real elevation.
That's their end, isn't it?
It definitely is.
Yeah, packed down there in blue and white.
The ball's back in the centre.
I wonder if they'll think about marching up to the other end for the last quarter and cheer them home towards the end of the kicking team. Could be a tactic from the community. Gee, they're starting to get a little bit out of the ruck here. But Kane Zavala-Seedon gets the centre clearance. A little kick out towards Lockie Duneman. Didn't get a nice bounce. He had a couple to beat too. Little handball out in front of himself, Xavier Nelson. Oh, Duneman's ended up with the footy again though. Handball to Lawton. Out wide to the running Zavala-Seedon. Tried to backtrack, almost stumbled and fell. His composure was good.
That was a clever kick.
Popped the pass over to Lawton, and Lawton will play on with the switch of play. Might open it up here for Ali Curung. Pretty good effort, cost you Green. It's going to have to go again. It's really good defence there by Ali Curung. The player's done brilliantly to hold it up for as long as he did, and he'll get a free. The umpire called it a throw.
Bit of a scoop there. Was it upwards?
So,
bit of shout out to Tyler Grogo's dad, apparently listening in from Cairns.
That was Tevin Pedersen. We've got to give him some credit there for the tackle and then the pass into the middle of the ground.
Kicks it into Elton Martin.
Number 8, Sylvan Marshall. High kick to here, they're high flying now. Crumbs beautifully read off hands, but the snap at goal from Ezron Miller's wide and through from behind. A little bit of a surge here from Ali Curung.
With a big con power calling out for the ball.
And it's going to him too.
Yeah. Yeah, big up the chest mark.
Well spotted, Boydie. Good call, good kick.
He's ignored the lead.
Con Power's looking for Stanley Waistcoat.
Oh.
Stanley Waistcoat. Yeah.
Oh, he's off. 1 bounce, 2 bounce. He'd go for goal from here.
Oh.
He did.
Snuck it in for a point.
Just didn't quite connect with the kick. He looks beautifully balanced. His recovery from these high-flying marking attempts is sensational.
Shaquille Lyons with the ball. Kicks it to the far side of the wing.
Is it Delton Martin?
To Telton Martin. Telton kicks it over to Nelson.
X-Man.
X-Man there running with the ball.
He's got the X factor. Oh, beautifully done to just hand that back to the boundary umpire too.
Yeah.
Quite often you see blokes just sort of knocking away from the boundary umpire, and really good. Saved Grant Butler a few extra yards there. As a result, we get a decent boundary throw. Nice tap by Steve O'Lawton, but Ali Curung had the player desperate enough to dive in over the top of the footy and hold it up right in front of the scoreboard. It's reading Spitfires 8-8-56, Ali Curung 5-6-36. Still 7 minutes to go in this third term. And Ali Curung's ruck work has lifted. And that was the ruckman that did it. He's collected the possession as well and got the handball over to Gavin Beasley. Beasley's kick under a fair bit of pressure goes right across the face of goals. Lockie Lake now for Spitfires. Acres of space for him to work in. Had a bounce. Weighed up his options further forward. Pass into the middle of the ground to Bar Kelly. Bar Kelly steadies on that left boot. Nice kick. Stanley Waistcoat with the mark 50 out. With the short pass. And he's got it. He's got it to his teammate. Nice kick. It was very low. No chance for a defender.
Worked really hard then, Garogo. He was up on the half back earlier and worked his way. Go. You were going to say?
Yeah. Go Garogo.
Go Mobile.
G-O-G-G-O. He's worked hard all game.
He really has.
He was in it right from the first bounce.
What's his chances, Bordy? He's run around.
Oh, nope.
I reckon I saw a shadow on the side of the behind post.
1 point the result. 21 points the difference. In favour of the Spitfires.
6 minutes to go in the third quarter.
The last 5 minutes of this quarter's belong to Ali Curung. Nice short kick in, taken by Jaden Price. And now the long one right into
Jaden
the middle of the
Price
ground.
looking for Polston. Polston running. Oh, we can there. Polston with the ball again.
Oh,
Jeez, that's a
oh,
Go for a shot.
oh. Deserved better.
At the post.
Deserved better.
Dude, he's coming into the game
He
quite a bit.
really is. He's doing the ruck work as well.
Patrons medalist for this year.
Yeah, well, he's
So-
starting to show why.
Kicked a lot of goals in the season
He
as
wants
well.
to make it a 3-medal season.
Jacob Edgerton's going to look for Stanley Waistcoat on the wing here. But it looks like Andre Kelly's going to have to contest it. Nice quick kick by, I didn't see who that was, but down to Gavin Beasley. Who's lovely kicked it to Poulsen. There we go.
Oh, look, his team needs him to kick this. He's been magnificent, and I reckon if he kicks it, it's going to be a team lifter. Tight angle, tough spot.
Laying off with the shot.
Breeze has really dropped off the
It has.
Purkiss reserve.
And as he's
Barely a zephyr now.
as he's kicking this, saw a couple of Ali Curung players really work back into, off the half forward line, just in case it's not a goal. Just
It's
real defence sort of stuff.
Fierce
That was
tackle.
a good tackle.
Force the Spitfire player to handball that through. Wade Gillette under the pump. Edgington with a quick kick in. They're away. Andre Kelly. Oh,
Horrible bounce.
horrible bounce, wasn't it? His recovery good and some good shepherding too, provided by Andrew Peckham. That gave him a little bit of time. So two of the youngsters combining there. Ball gathered on the forward flank by Lucas Martin for Ali Curung. Tried to bring it inboard. Wiley was there to intercept for the Spitfires. Dish the handball out wide to Kelly. Kelly under the pump. The handball to Peckham. Beautiful stepping from Peckham. He got the kick away as the whistle went. I think that might have been Andre Kelly slung after he got that handball off to Peckham.
I think you're right. And it's probably pretty fortunate for the Spitfires because the kick further forward, there was no one there.
A few times, young Andre Kelly's shown great composure. Nice pass to Tyler Horwood running off half-back. Now he gets to the wing and he kicks to the half-forward flank. Well read by Elijah Baker. Turned his opponent inside out while he was going for a mark he never could have taken. Baker's kick. Looking for Waistcoat who's taken the mark. Great player, Elijah Baker. That was terrific.
He hasn't had a lot of the footy today, but when he has had it, he has used it really well.
Yeah, I reckon he threw the mullet out as a decoy there and completely fooled his opponent. Nah, it was brilliant. Stood his ground. He knew the contact was coming from behind, and he took it, but he knew where the ball was going. He was first onto it. So Stanley Waistcoat's really started to work his way into the game in this third term. That shot at goal across the face out of bounds on the full. Just a bit of a holding pattern here at that 3-goal lead for Spitfires. Ali Curung not going away. Shaquille Hines will bring the ball back into play. He's been terrific in the back line, and that is a beautiful kick to another bloke who's been very good, the X Factor.
X Factor.
Xavier Nelson.
He's waiting for his players to get set,
For a
but
big barrel.
he's gone for the barrel though. It's
It hit a big barrel.
only as far as Tom Power.
Put that big barrel chest out
His
there.
big red beard today. Short to Kane Savalas, who goes short again to Nicky Horwood, who sees Kane
Clever.
kept running. Geez, Kane's lined up from about 50,
Here's Lane Jackson.
but it's fallen into the hands of
Lane Jackson
Lane Jackson.
Yeah,
with the action.
not sure if Kane would regard that as his greatest kick. It was a little bit of a floater off the beat.
It actually looked like he was having a shot.
Maybe.
Yeah, but playing in front.
One-on-one contest there, and Jackson got one in the second turn. Should be kicking these, only 15, 20 metres out. No angle to speak of, and he does exactly what he should have. He's put it straight through the middle. He's got his second goal on the board, and the Spitfires just get it back out past 4 goals again with a minute and a half to go in this third term. Ali Curung would really dearly love to get a centre clearance and goal here, and then they can go into that final break with a bit of sniff. Bit of a sniff, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. Look, yeah, I mean, they could be a little bit closer for a few of those goals before, but yeah, they don't want the Spitfires to score now. That's one thing, but to go in with another goal now would be exactly what they wanted.
Compower into the ruck for the Spitfires. I think it might be Nicky Paulson he's up against. that is an even contest between the two of them. Well done, Tyler Horwood. Down the bottom of the pack, the handball out to Kane Savalas-Seaton. 2 bounces, he'll go for goal. This time from 45 out, and this time it's not a floater. It's a beautiful drop punt, straight through for a point.
I didn't know where you were going with that one.
Look good. The goal umpire came just in time.
Who's kicking out now? Is that Keenan Ryder? I think it is.
Keenan Ryder.
He takes a bounce, 2 bounces out into the pocket, 3 bounces now, waiting for his players. Forward of the ball. Oh, it was a...
Gives a shot to Shaquille Irons.
Yep, right near the boundary line, but they've kept it in well.
Pass it back
And
to
they've broken a
Ryder.
line. And they've caught the Spitfires out here a little bit. He's taken 4 bounces. Deep into the forward 50, but only to Charles Wiley, the junkyard dog.
Been solid.
Yeah, he has. Kicked it wide to Andre Kelly, who's been in this position a few times. He only had eyes for the football, and so did his opponent, who was Keenan Ryder. Great contest for all the young fellas there. Eyes on the football, all of them. And that's all you can ask in the grand final.
3/4 time, you just heard the siren. Spitfires leading 9-10-64 to Ali Curung 5-8-38. That term, they call it the premiership quarter. Well, Spitfires kicked 5 goals, 3 in it. And Ali Curung 2 goals, 5. So there's the difference in finishing in front of the big sticks. 8 scoring shots to 7. Nothing between that. But a few extra goals on the board for Spitfires. And it's a handy break to have at 3/4 time in a grand final. I know which position I'd rather be in.
Yep.
Guess you always want your noses in front. But it's within reach for Ali Curung if they're good enough. I'm going to send a quick cheery out to Joey Johnson down in front of us. Good to see him and a few of my other old mates from Tennant Creek. Troy Ladd, the king of Canteen Creek. I said good day to him earlier. He said, rubbish, boring. I've got the same out of him for about 5 or 6 years now. And I did have a salute with the General before too. That was great to see. And bumped into Big Arms a little bit earlier as well, Jacob Ferber. So good to catch up with these great young men. We're going to take a short break at 3/4 time. Stay with us on ACCC. The last quarter of the grand final up next. Hello and welcome back to 8CCC, or whatever Facebook platform you might be watching on as well. The 2022 AFL Barclay Grand Final. Three-quarter time at the moment. The Spitfires leading Ali Curung. 9 goals, 10-64 to 5 goals, 8-38. My name's Stan Coombe. Joining me in commentary, Randall Gould and Boyd Cook. Look, Ali Curung, they've got to get a couple of quick ones here and put some scoreboard pressure on the Spitfires.
Yeah, definitely they're not out of the game. Not out of the game, but they need to do something very quickly. And they've got all their guns in the middle. They're going to throw everything at this right now.
Man, Max Morton to do the ruck work. We've seen some good work there from Nicky Paulson as well, who's been brilliant all around the ground for Ali Curung.
So Tyler Horwood for Patrons Medalist. He's in the middle as well. Kane Savalas, Tyler Garogo, and Steve O'Lawton.
Martin got the kick forward. It's Dalton Martin for Ali Curung, and the free kick paid upfield, Nicky Paulson. So from winning ruck contest, he goes into the forward line and immediately a shot at goal. Well, we said as soon as this quarter started, Ali Curung got to get a couple of quick ones. Here's the opportunity. Because I think if Spitfires can just add 2 goals this quarter, I think it's too hard for the Roos to haul in. Paulson with the shot at goal. A couple of teammates liked it in transit. It's come off hand, spilled to the front of the pack. Quick snap towards goal. Keenan Ryder. Oh, poster.
Post.
Oh, it's touched the post. Jeez.
Oh, that would have been.
Jacob Edgingson's picked up the ball quickly, but Ali Curung defenders, forwards have really put the pressure on. They want to keep it up there. Tyler Garogo on the halfback flank. Sees Nicky Horwood deeper onto the wing. Takes that very well. John Norman running hard. Goes inboard. Tyler Horwood. Horwood's looking further upfield. Sees Damien Barr-Kelly. But Max...
Oh!
Jeez, he took that well.
He did.
I thought Max Morton was in the perfect position for the spoil. He's gone to the deepest option, which was Stanley Waistcoat. Went through his hands, but he's back on the ball. The second effort there was amazing. Third effort now, but he's on the ground. Didn't keep his feet. Ali Curung using that run, using that carry. Really, really trusting their handball out of that full back line to half back line. And chipped up a ball. Oh, it's dropped by, is that Morton again?
Yeah.
And the Spitfires on the return. Nick Horwood steadies, looks for Stanley Waistcoat again.
Fell in his lap, that one.
It did, went over Michael House's head, and a nice easy chest mark. 30 metres out. Slight angle.
Big Stevie Lawton providing the link man stuff there through the middle of the ground. Love to see a ruckman get involved in general play. Stanley Waistcoat, the 1 goal kick today in the third term. This has gone very close, but it's just wide of the post. And through for 1 behind. So both teams have started the final term with a minor score. Spitfires 9-11, Ali Curung 5-9. There's 25 points of difference on the scoreboard. You're listening to this game on 8CCC. Big thank you to them and Barclay Regional Arts for making it all possible. Kick in for Ali Curung. Comes commentary side. Garogo's been fantastic today. He's taken the intercept mark. He turns around and goes for goal from the angle. Ho, 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 with Garogo. He has been good.
It was a nice goal, wasn't it, Bordy?
Yeah, it was.
He didn't know if it was going to be a mark because it was a contest. Could have had some hands on it, but was clever enough then to steady, run on, steady, 25 metres out, but a cute angle. Just finished really nicely.
Any idea of the origins of that surname? It's
yes,
different.
yeah. So born and bred in Cairns, but his grandparents immigrated from Papua New Guinea in the 80s. So
they play some pretty good AFL over there too.
They definitely do.
Yeah, I've seen Papua New Guinea in action at the old Arafura games, and they play some skillful footy. So Garogo, there he is again in the action. He's all go Garogo. Horwood gets the handball to Lawton. Now back to Garogo. He's at centre half back. Geez, just growing in confidence. Beautiful foot pass to young Nick Horwood. Horwood looks further afield, trying to drill the low one. Good effort there by House just to stop the ball. Eventually under pressure from the tackle, he got a handball away. A little bit of volleyball going on as the whistle sounded. Umpire Razor Ray Hocking.
Didn't allow the advantage being played there. The ball had stopped probably twice. And it was paid for holding, was it?
Yep.
Which was off the ball. So across to X-Man on the halfback flank. Bounces straight away. Jeez, it's a chip. It's only a 10-metre kick.
That was a pitching wedge.
But it went 15 metres up, I'm pretty sure. So Ray's called that one. He's called it out.
XX taking the run through the centre. With Tyler Ward chasing him behind.
Full bounce.
X kicks it in the forward, looking for
Keenan Ryder was the flyer.
Ryder.
Tried to get that ride up there. Jonas Beasley just was paddling it along the boundary line, kept it in the forward line, which was good.
Right there with him, John Norman. Stormer Norman. Good to see him having a dob out here in senior footy. I'm impressed.
So Spitfires trying to get out of the back line, but lots of pressure from the Ali Curung forwards there and their mids. But that squirted the handball out. Lockie Lake to Kane Savalas, teammates last week for Pioneers. Down to Damien Barkelly. Again, back to Kane Savalas. He's on the 45.
Wow.
Takes another bounce into 30. Has a shot on goal.
Yeah, he's been practicing that now.
And it's a goal.
He had a couple of goes in the third term. That was brilliant.
How many is that for him now? Is that 2 or 3? Or
Kane, I reckon that might be his first.
He's had a few shots and set a couple up, but has been a solid performance.
Brilliant in the midfield.
Through today.
His centre clearance work. Sometimes when their ruckmen haven't been winning the taps, he's still been able to get the centre clearance for the Spitfires. I think he's been terrific. He's looking for 2 premierships in 2 weeks. You can only do that in Central Australia, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And time 14 minutes to go. And that is a 38-point lead.
That's getting hard now for Ali Curung.
It's getting really hard, but we've seen things like this before happen. Just as long as they get that quick centre break. But that pressure is really coming from the Spitfires in the middle. But taken really well by Shane Riley, who's kicked it along to Max Morton, almost on centre wing. Quick chip inside to Jaden Price.
They keep coming, the Roos.
They are running hard. He takes a bounce. He goes further out field, opens the angle up to a contest. Oh, big fly.
Pulse.
Who gets it? Should probably get a free kick for holding there.
Certainly said it. Yeah, well done, the umpire spotted that. Well done, umpire Coleman.
Yeah, he pushed the ball forward, drew the tackle, and I'd back him from here.
Tough kick. His team needs it. His community wants it. There's a real hush has come over Purkiss Reserve at the moment. Most of the Ali Curung supporters are at the opposite end of the ground. There is a small group that has gathered down at this end, though. Shot at goal is magnificent from out there.
What a great goal.
That is a terrific goal. Just what the Roos needed. They hang in there. They move their score on to 6-9, 45. Spitfires 11-11, 77.
And the hallmarks of a great play, he flew high. Ball come to ground, and he was the one that got first hands on the ball. Used his footy smarts, pushed the ball out in front, drew the free kick, went back and kicked it. Probably only 10% of players could kick that goal at this time of a game. It is
12 minutes left. It's possible. I mean, if you do the Lee Matthews things, they could win by 6. Was it a goal a minute?
Goal a minute. And again, X-Man. Xavier Nelson really trying hard there. Spitfires were all drawn to the player. Oh, it was that Liam Dixon that did that nice little move there. Look, Paulson's there again. Little kick off the ground. He'll pick this ball up. He's got 2 to beat.
That might have been a bit too fierce.
I wonder if that's the free kick.
Yeah, well, good umpiring.
But to John Norman's credit, he bounced straight back up.
Lucky Dooner, man. Oh, can't remember Jason ever doing that. That was a beauty. And he's ended up with the footy too. He'll go with that long raking left. Another spectacular fly. That was a bit early. I think maybe the whistle probably should have went there. House a bit unlucky not to get the free kick. The handball for Ali Curung. Back to Shane Riley. Riley dishes the hands out wide. The Spitfire defenders come from everywhere, but the short kick over the top is good. And Shane Riley, who started all with a handball, will finish it now with a kick to the half-forward flank. Good punch away from behind by young John Norman. The crumbs gathered by Lockie Doonerman.
And it's Wiley off the half-back flank. He goes backwards to Doonerman, who goes backwards again to Jacob Edgington. And it's gone straight over his head and to who?
Polson.
Polson.
And he's probably saying, how come my teammates haven't kicked it to me like that all day?
Yeah.
Unlucky there for Doonerman.
Yeah.
Just over the outstretched fingertips of his teammate. I think he knew as soon as it left his boot, he just put a little bit too much on it. Well, Paulson, he should be able to get this after what we saw him do from the boundary line.
2 and 3 minutes it will be. Looks like it's to the right. No, he's got it straight. He points to the crowd, puts his arm in the air.
Well, I keep looking at the scoreboard and thinking, well, I reckon this one's just about over, but every time I think it, Ali Curung get a goal, and then I think, maybe it's not. 7-9-51 there, now within 26 points of the Spitfires, 11-11. 77.
2007 grand final, the year that Ali Curung won their premiership. I've got some details there. They were, and I remember it pretty much. They were a couple of points down with about 2 minutes to go, 90 points, kicked 2 goals to win it.
Wow.
So if they put themselves in a position like that.
Oh, could be another centre clearance coming here. That was a clever little toe poke by Keenan Ryder to put it to his team's advantage. And away goes Lucas Martin. He'll kick inside 50. Ali Curung forward went to ground. And the mark has been paid to Lockie Lake for the Spitfires.
That's experience, keeping your feet like that.
Lake Long, he's looking for Sketcher on the lead out to the wing on the scoreboard side. I'm not sure Sketcher's 100% at the moment. We did see him appear to get injured early on in the game and not moving as freely as he was. Big power. Busting out of the back pocket. And he kicks to Lawton. Oh, and it just got to him in a nick of time.
Yeah, that was centimetres in that. Compow come out like a big power pole. It just grabbed it. Steve-O Lawton using his footy now, is just slowing it down a little bit. Out to Sketcher, who sees House out on the half-forward flank. They're going to try and milk the clock a little bit. I think they call it red time, these guys. And up to Lane Jackson, who hasn't ventured too far out from the goal square today. But in this sort of situation, he's got it on the 45. Sees it. Garogo takes a nice contested chest mark from about 40 out. Geez, I can hear Ray Hocking from here. Just telling the player to stand. That clear direction from an umpire is so important. Jeez, he's popped it up.
Kick. That was a dangerous kick to Halsey.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To Halsey.
Oh, look at that.
That was
a little bit of behind the back stuff. Milshane Riley.
Looking for
Amazias.
Costa Green snaps it in. Oh. I reckon every poster that hits here, it's like smack bang in the middle of it. It's like there's no replays needed for those. It's gone really wide, close to the boundary line. Spilt that chest mark, and that was Hezron Miller. Boundary throw into stoppage on the half-forward flank, probably about 50 metres around. Eli Baker is running in, nominating himself as a ruckman. Jeez, it goes behind him.
Nah.
That's a free kick. Oh. Jeez, that's interesting. He's telling the boundary umpire off.
That whistle's gone in the ruck contest. Jumper held was a signal from the umpire. Might have been Morton that got the free kick. Elijah Baker, inventive effort to try and spoil and didn't make contact. The mark was taken though by Keenan Ryder, who got it over to Jaden Price. Price kicks inside 50 for Ali Curung. Coming out to meet and taking the mark on the chest. Wade Gillette, and I reckon he's just milking the clock a bit, Goldie.
I just said
Experience.
Colton Martin there trying to trip Sketcher.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Short kick in, hugging the boundary line from Wiley to Horwood now for the Spitfires. Likewise from Horwood now to Eli Baker.
6 minutes to go, and it's they need 5 goals. Ali Curung need 5 goals.
And they're just slowing it down here. Here's the grand final experience of the Spitfires.
Geez, that was a sun in his eyes. Andrew Peckham took a great mark. Squirts it across to Costa Green.
Famous name in Central Australian footy, Peckham. And that young lad has got enormous potential. I don't think he realises it. Oh, there's a kick deep into attack here for the Spitfires from Costa Green. It rolls out into the forward pocket in front of big Dylan Curung. We'll get a boundary throw in over in that pocket. Yeah, I reckon young Andrew Peckham, he's got some skills and talent and some moves. And I reckon if he really put his mind to it, he could go a bit further with his footy.
Yeah, I guess sometimes he probably looks very, very casual about the way he goes about things. And I agree with you. He could really set the BAFL on fire.
I reckon Boydie Cook would remember the old Super Six. He's a part of that at Kununurra.
Great airtime by Lucas Martin, but it was a 3-on-1. Come to ground, and he had no chance in the end, unfortunately. But centering kick across to Damien Barkelly. Nice little shepherd.
Waistcoat. Whoa.
Should have probably been incorrect disposable on waistcoat. Intercept, handball to Sketcher. Pushes it deep forward. Probably not too fussed at this stage.
That's a good result for Dylan Curung too, because there was three or four roos around him there, and they've ended up getting a behind out of that. I was expecting that numbers advantage to win out easily. There's a nice torpedo right out to the commentary side, back flank, and a good chest mark taken. Gabriel Rice, good body work there. It was nice by Rice, and he kicks to the wing, and that was a pretty good kick too to Amaziah's Miller. Miller goes into the centre. Well, right across the centre, in fact, and now Lucas Martin will pick up on that far side forward flank.
Lovely kick.
Kicks inside 50, just in front of Nicky Poulsen, took it on the bounce, snaps around the body from tight in the pocket. That would have been unbelievable if he'd kicked that. It wasn't unbelievable, he couldn't. It's out of bounds. We'll get a boundary throw in the footy. Deep in attack for Ali Curung. We're counting down now by the looks of it, 4 minutes to go. And the margin on that scoreboard is 27 points. Doable, but gee, almost impossible.
Things would have to change. They're playing Poulsen pretty deep now in the forward line. And, he was probably at his most influential when he was in the middle. Charles Wiley's got it on the wing, but he's going to get chased down. No, he's got his handball away. Andre Kelly punched it forward, but Mel Shane Riley was good enough to intercept. Off to X-Man. Xavier Nelson gets it back. Straight into the middle to Jaden Price. He's looking for someone to come past, and he's got it in Delton Martin, who goes around Wiley, goes around Duneman. John Norman come out fast and hard. Lockie Lake, though, intercepts, picks the ball up. Nice long looping handball to Duneman, who chips it across with that left foot to Andre Kelly. Looks up, goes into the middle. Tyler Garreau goes there, waiting for it, holding the ball. Chips it across. Tyler Horwood, no one on him, has the time, puts it in the air for Lane Jackson. Nice contest there. Stanley Waistcoat across to Michael House and Andre Kelly. There's Spitfires everywhere there.
Oh, nice, Andre Kelly.
Goes for the fake handball to Costa Green, but chips it in just on 15, I would be thinking, to Dylan Curung.
He just bought himself a little bit of time with that dummy to handball.
Yeah, a lot of composure for a 16-year-old.
I've been impressed. There's some good young talent getting around out there.
With 2.5 minutes to go, you'd think that this lead is...
Dylan Curung would love to get a goal. He's put it on its way.
And it is a behind the behind post.
I was looking forward to a couple of hours worth of conversation about that one from Dylan tonight if he'd put it through. I think we would have heard many a version of it. Kick in for Ali Curung, comes to the commentary side pocket. This bloke has been very good, Shaquille Hines.
Really good.
Tried very hard in defence all day.
Shame that...
a little bit of pressure here for Jaden Price. It's all under pressure now. Next handball to Gabriel Rice. Price and Rice involved. And now the whistle's gone. The free kick will go to the Spitfires. They chased and harassed and they got the reward. Costa Green with the footy.
I've seen Nicky Poulsen. Nicky Poulsen took his jumper off and walked off the field.
Oh, what a shame, because he's had a fantastic game. Now they're just wasting time, the Spitfires. The kick backwards to Duneman. Duneman goes sideways to Horwood. Horwood will send it forward now. Stanley Waistcoat with a mark on the commentary side wing. Short from him over to Garogo. Whoop. Went to go Garogo, then changed his mind.
To Sketcher, who puts it in deep into the forward line. Oh, who was that? Andre Kelly went up.
Yeah,
but it was Keenan Ryder who went to the ground. He touched the ball on the ground to keep running. Lovely little left foot chip across to Antonio Miller. Not much time to go now. Another little chip to X-Man Xavier Nelson, who's been great for Ali Curung today, for the Roos.
Running through half back. Couple of bounces. Boydie Cook, you want it out on the wing, mate?
Less than a minute to go.
Answer to X answer to Lucas Morton. Martin with the kick to inside 50.
Great contest.
Inside 50 with
Big fella with the snap at goal. Gavin Beasley. Gee, that contest between Beasley and Lockie Doonerman.
Great.
Courage from Doonerman.
For the last 30 seconds of the game, that's, great contest there. It's a shame the ball's over the fence. There's no time on in this game.
And that's how it's going to end. That's one of my bugbears in Central Australian footy. I want time on. We lose too much action. There goes the final siren. It's a Spitfires premiership. A hard-fought win in the grand final. 11-12-78. Ali Curung 7-9-51. So a 27-point margin in the end. And it's good to see some of the coaches and assistant coaches on the sidelines here for Ali Curung applauding.
Yep, Simon Green's been a great coach for them this year. He umpired the game before.
Oh, well done.
And then to come out and have his charges out here. Ali Curung weren't in the league last year.
Good to see Dylan there, shaking hands.
Yep, with the opposition players. Yeah. The Ali Curung players are really dejected at the moment. Look, they're sitting on the ground. They're disappointed, but they should be holding their heads really, really high. Really high.
They were fantastic today. They took it up to a team that was heavily favoured. Going for their fourth premiership, are undefeated this year. To push them as hard as they did today, pretty much for 3 and a bit quarters. I reckon a fantastic effort for Ali Curung. And as a football club, they've got plenty to celebrate tonight. They can hold their heads high from this and then go back, celebrate the ladies' premiership. It's been a great day for their footy club, despite not winning this particular game. And the Spitfires, Goldie, they celebrate 4 in a row for the third time.
Yeah, 91 to 94, 2014 to 2018, and now 2019 to 22. 17th premiership out of 32 years, I think it is. So, been a very successful club. They'll enjoy this. One of the big things of the season for them was that their women getting out there and forming a team as well. So both of the teams have really supported each other this year. So not only is it really a premiership for the fellas, the ladies can take great pride in helping that along as well.
Just seeing in front of us too, young Andrew Peckham wandering over to the Ali Curung crew and shaking hands with the opposition players. Well done, great maturity from a young man there.
Yeah, look, the game was played in great spirits. It was a hard game.
It was.
Like you said, it was 3 and a bit quarters of hard contested footy. It was only the Spitfires probably got out in front, well enough out in front in that last 10, 12 minutes or so. Ali Curung should be very, very proud.
Let's have a look at the goal kickers. We'll start with the Spitfires. Damien Barr-Kelly with 3, 2 to Lane Jackson, and then the rest were singles. We've got 1 each for Stanley Waistcoat, Michael House, Darcy Sketcher, Tyler Garogo, Kane Savalas and Miles Fitz. And for Ali Curung, 3 goals to the big fella, Barnesy, Leroy Barnes. 2 to Nicky Polson. Magnificent game from him, no matter what position he played, whether it be in the ruck up forward or venturing down to help the back line. And 1 each to Sylvan Marshall and Ethan Wilson.
If we're going through some best players, I guess, from each team, going through the Spitfires there, I think Charles Wiley was pretty good down back fairly early on. Steve O'Lawton in the ruck. Stanley Waistcoat, even though he probably didn't finish as much as he'd like to, he was all over the ground. Darcy Sketcher was great. Lockie Lake back there. Tyler Garogo, I thought, was really, really good. 4 quarters there. Nicky Horde in that last quarter really got a lot of the ball. Lockie Doonerman did, his usual role. Kane Savalas, he played an outstanding game. And Damien Barr-Kelly with those 3 goals, but also being that focal point.
I'll also toss in Cornelius Power, like his body shape, solid.
Yep. And for Ali Curung, Xavier Nelson, number 3, was everywhere. Really willed his team along, used his run and carry. Liam Dixon up forward was really solid up there, kicked a couple. Shaquille Hines, really, if there's a player in this league that attacks from the back line, sets up his attack, it's definitely Shaquille Hines. Max Morton popped up, a lot of the game. And Nicky Paulson, though. Geez, he played really, really well. It's a shame that the coach had to put him either in the middle or up forward. Definitely you need two of those sort of fellas.
Well, 3 Nicky Paulsons and you win.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, one for the midfield, one up forward to kick the goals, and one down back to help the defenders. Look, pretty impressed with Ali Curung. How many years have they been? Is this first year back in?
First year back in. They weren't here last year, were they? No. So first year back in. To make a grand final in that first year is amazing. And I always take my hat off to the travelling teams.
Yes.
Cannon Creek, were travelling. They finished second on the ladder. Unfortunately, went out in straight sets. But they, they travel 450 Ks, if not more, every week. Ali Curung travel, 350 kilometres every week. That takes resources. That takes, petrol and people and cars and things like that. And they do it week in, week out. So for that to happen, the Spitfires are a locally based team. If they had to travel, dare I say, I'm involved with them.
It'll get a bit harder.
Yeah, I doubt that there would have been 17 premierships, if that's fair to say. Taking nothing away from them whatsoever. But, travelling is just that bit harder. So hats off to Ali Curung and all the travelling teams in this league.
Boydie Cook, I know you're a proud Mudra young man.
Yep.
Probably family connection, certainly Tea Tree. Would there probably be some through Ali Curung as well?
Yeah. What Shaquille Lyons was playing for Tea Tree last year, backline. Yeah. And Milshane.
You'd certainly be proud of what they've done.
Yeah.
Good effort.
Came a long way,
And be proud of your efforts too on the microphone today, mate. Great to have you on board. Good to see someone of such tender years. Only 17, 18 years old?
18.
18 years
18
old.
a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Having the courage to jump on a microphone and do radio broadcast with the footage there as well. Terrific effort, young man.
Do you want to tell us,
really good stuff.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you've been doing with your part-time work? You're doing year 12, but what have you been doing with your part-time work?
I've been working at Music Centre, Barclay Yards. Learning new stuff like sound mixing and setting up. While traveling to Elliot for the Bush Band Bash homegrown.
Yep.
And Elliot, yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think you're enjoying it. I think you're loving it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loving it.
Yep.
So well done, mate. Really proud of you, and for you to get up today, I mean, is a big thing to do that. So super effort, mate. Really, really proud.
Good stuff. Thank you too, Goldie, for being on board. We must also thank Jess for earlier in the day as well.
Yeah, Jess Kinsman, who, so that was great with her. And just the whole crew for putting this on as well.
It's great to have this for AFL Barclay footy. I get to commentate footy a lot down in Alice Springs. Sort of been a little bit left out of the loop in regards to this sort of coverage over the years. AFL Barclay, I was very, very proud, I think it was 2003, to be a part of the first ever radio broadcast of an AFL Barclay Grand Final. Certainly proud to be here today and be a part of this great production of it, and a part of history too, with the first ever women's competition Grand Final. What a belter we got there too. If you're just tuning in now, you probably should have tuned in for both games. We actually had a draw between Ali Curung and YDU in the women's grand final. Went to extra time, and then only 4 points separated Ali Curung and YDU at the end of extra time, with Ali Curung, well, getting I don't know if you'd call it a consolation, because I reckon it's a feather in the cap nonetheless anyway, particularly with it being the first ever women's competition grand final.
They actually got to feel winning the grand final twice.
Yeah, they did celebrate when the first final siren went to the scoreboard at the ground. Hadn't actually caught up with the the YDU goal that was kicked I think just 10 seconds before the siren went. So Ali Curung supporters looked up at the scoreboard thought they'd won it, started celebrating. We had to clear the field and they had to reset, which wouldn't have been easy to do either.
Not at all, not at all.
So two great grand finals here today at Purkiss Reserve. Big thank you to 8CCC, Barkly Regional Arts, is it Barkly Arts Regional Council?
Barkly Regional Arts.
Barkly Council as well. Barkly Regional Council's been on board. Dexter Barnes as well. Just great to have that sort of support. And it enables things like this to happen. So let's just hope that sort of support is forthcoming again in future years, and we can do a little bit more of this. Just from my point of view, great to sit here with local people.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
On the microphone.
Yeah, to get this out to everyone.
Okay, folks, just about time to get the presentation underway.
We might.
We do have a couple of
hold our mouths while we listen to Wayne Green.
Awards from this morning from people who weren't here, so we're going to present them first up. We'll just give everyone a minute to come in. Okay, we'll get these couple of awards out of the way. So this morning we did our patrons medal count, and as part of that, this year we've got an A-grade men's Rising Star for 2022, and this year that went to Lucas Martin from Ali Curung. And also this morning we did the patrons medal count. Now, I just spoke to this guy after the game, and I don't think he'd heard or maybe didn't know what the go was. But before today, there's only been one player from Ali Curung that's won the best and fairest in the BAFL, and that was way back in 1993. That was Zach Foster. So we know Zach's no longer with us. I think his son's here today. But also in the women's, we had Aaliyah win the women's best and fairest this morning. So well done, Aaliyah. And we'll get Ronald to present this one. So this is going to, I think he won by a point. Nikki Poulsen from Ali Curung. Oh, Yeah, we'll let Nikki get a photo. Well done, Nikki. Great season. Okay, now our umpires from today's game, Ronald's going to hand them out. Ray Hocking. Brian Coleman. Gary Henderson. And Grant Butler.
That's fake.
Okay, now 5 judges. That's how we do the best on ground for the grand final. 5 judges vote 3-2-1. I think 3 scored 3 threes today from the Spitfires. Number 33, Kane Savalas. So we're going to get the Spitfires coach out to present the medals to the players. So Tiger, if you could come out.
To Ali Curung, thank you very much for a good game, and it's good to see you back in football. Also, I'd like to thank you to the umpires today. Without you, we don't have a game. Also to the league, to Wayne and your group of blokes that put this league out every year. So without that, again, we wouldn't have a game. So well done, thank you. And lastly, to the Sporty Spitfires committee, clubhouse, volunteers, supporters, family, and to the blokes that missed out today, you're still part of this team, okay? And lastly, I'd like to thank 14 wins in a row. Thank you very much, you blokes. Well done today.
So just before we read the names, just I think, I'm not sure if it's the second time or it's happened previously, but live streaming of the game today, it was and on the radio. So I know there's a few people in town who part of the 8CCC, maybe board members, and put this idea up a few months ago. I think we had over 200 people watching today across the different channels. So a big thanks to all the crew who made that all possible, the commentators, cameramen, everybody. Want to watch the game again tomorrow? You'll be able to find it somewhere to watch it. So I'll go first. So 8CCC, I know that was also sponsored by Barkly Regional Arts, and Barkly Regional Council provided some funding, so well done to them. Tiger wants to say some more.
I forgot the real people, the sponsors of this year's and that. So thank you very much to the sponsors of Sporty Spitfires.
All right, number 1, Costa Green. Number 2, Elijah Baker. Number 3, Lane Jackson. Number 4, Wade Glett. Number 5, Andrew Peckham. Number 6, Charles Wiley. Number 8, Stephen Lawton. Oh. What are we at? Number 7, Miles Fitz. Number 9, Dylan Curung. Number 10, Tyler Horwood. Number 11, Andre Kelly. Number 12, Stanley Waistcoat. Number 13, John Norman. Number 17, Michael House. Number 18, Darcy Sketcher. Number 19, Lachlan Lake. Number 20, Con Power. Number 23, Tyler Garogo. Number 24, Nick Horde. Number 26, Lachlan Duneman. Number 30, Jacob Edgington. Number 33, Kane Savalas. Just before we keep going, I don't know if they know about this, but if Randall and Jason can come out here, Randall Gould, Jason Duneman. So while they're coming, we'll move to the captain, number 43, Damien Barr-Kelly.
All right, lads. What a season. It's been really good. We all know how it started. No coach. Me and Darcy taking pre-season like we were some coaches. It was a difficult season, but we're here. We've done it. And makes it even better is it's my last one. Yeah. So, hanging up the boots, lads. Up the Spitties.
So Damien's going to present the medal to the coach, Daryl Fitz. Now, the reason we got Randall and Jason up is to, come back, Damo, is to present the Premiership Cups to the Spitfires. So you just want to come and grab a cup each. And then, the flag as well. Okay, well done Spitfires, BAFL Premiers 2022.
Well, we've just seen the presentations for the 2022 AFL Barclay Grand Final. The Spitfires winning their 17th premiership. The final score, Spitfires 11-12-78 to Ali Curung 7-9-51. Kane Savalas Seaton named Best on Ground and winner of the Best on Ground medal. The Spitfires out there on your screens now. If you're watching, they're celebrating. If you're tuned in to ACCC, you can probably hear a rendition of the song now. As Randall Gould gets back from the presentations to join me on the microphone. Gouldy, Spitfires are happy. We must make mention of the great sportsmanship showed by the Ali Curung Football Club there. They stuck around for the majority of the presentations. Of course, when it comes up to calling out individual players for their medals, that's time for the opposition to leave, and they did that in a nice, orderly fashion, and they can go and celebrate a women's premiership. They won that one earlier on today.
They definitely can, and, it's hard. Losing a premiership's not a nice thing, and to be able to show that dignity and respect is a great thing. So well done to them. They'll learn from this season. They'll take a lot out of this season, and they'll be back bigger and better next year. But, congratulations to the Spitties. Undefeated season, only third time it's happened. I think it was 91, 2001, and now 2022. So it's like you said earlier to me off the mic, it's a hard thing to do. And after 17 premierships, it shows it.
Only 3 of them undefeated.
3 times.
And well done to Tiger Fitz. He's been a stalwart of AFL Barclay and Tennant Creek football ever since I got down to Central Australia 25 years ago. He was an integral part of it then, still is now.
In the early years, he was a young fella, won a Patrons medal in, what year was it, 93?
97.
97.
Tied with Chris Need.
Okay,
Hawks.
one of 3 of Chris Need's.
Yes.
I think he won 3. And, so he just loves his footy. It's in his veins. He You know, you'd probably heard before on the broadcast how at the start of the season there was no coach, and a few of the older players went to Tiger and said, you know, we're looking for someone. We respect you. You know what you've done in footy in the Barclay, and he had a good think about it and come back, and you know, he's got undefeated premiership year under his belt.
There it is, the 2022 AFL Barclay Grand Final. Spitfires and Ali Curung can celebrate tonight. Spitfires taking out the men's flag and Ali Curung taking out the women's. From my point of view, Stan Coombe, I want to thank Randall Gould for getting me up here and then joining us on the commentary. Big thank you too to Bordy Cook, young man, tender years. That's a terrific effort, and also a big thank you to Jess as well, who joined us in commentary for the Women's Grand Final. We also snuck in a chat with Liv Vizard.
Yeah, about the formation of the league this year. Well done to her. And look, and Benjamin Aaron and all of his crew, Barclay Regional Arts, you know, they've been magic to take this from an idea to making it happen. And I think a pretty successful day. To document this, and it's, you know, it's there for history now.
I think the footballers, both the men and the women, turned it on to a degree that justifies this sort of coverage, and hopefully they've justified it happening more in the future. Hope we both get to be a part of that. Big thank you to the entire crew, giving us a wave over there, Benjamin and Andre in particular. Thank you very much for joining us from Purkiss Reserve in Tennant Creek, from where we'll now say goodbye.